From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway in Foxborough. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Devontae Parker, 74 yards. And the Pats are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 40. You know we get tired of seeing me. Check the team. Check the ultra.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he He's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Edmonds is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami 1st.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
50 red. 50 red. Blue striker.
On play action, here's Tua. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Patriots will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Check 26, check 26.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
36, 36. Hey, go steal. Let's go.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Tua got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
A short kick taken at the 18. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Now Jones, eluding the pressure right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
31's the mark. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's
go. Back to throw. Jones.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Rolling to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Jones. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. High throw, but he makes the catch. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Jones throwing the out route. He's got Parker. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know that.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Chase Edmonds, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will tie things at 20 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
From the 30 on second down, Jones out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
To the 43, second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
2nd down and 3.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. His throw incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And a completion to Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for them.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 22. Back. He's checking.
Now a give to Edmonds. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. And this is caught by Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Patriots 20.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Jones. And this is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Jones. Open man is Myers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw there complete to Myers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Jones.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Jones. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Borregales now on for the point after.
And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. For a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2 to throw.
And this is going to be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Pats will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Jones.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossen.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This from 52, and this for the win. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week one. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Call it a gain of 4, leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week one.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Another carry now for Edmonds. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Draw play, Edmonds. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave it with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 169 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Edmonds. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
First throw of the OT session for Tua. shot in there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strip. 31's the right. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Jones, first throw of overtime here.
Oh, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Just a massive interception there, Charles, to keep this overtime going. And really, both defenses now have come up huge in this overtime.
How about one forcing the turnover on downs, because you know that first possession, if you score a touchdown, that wins the game, and they went for it, and they kept them from getting it done, and then the other defense comes on the field, and they pick one off. Who's going to make the big play now on offense that can lead to a field goal that can win this game?
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Okay, ready? You can't block me. You can't block me. Check. Fight. 97. Set. Go.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Dolphins, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for New England, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.